Every morning is an opportunity to connect with Jesus. Whether you're looking to get started or looking to grow more, DDPC is for you. Join us as we connect with Jesus together.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Daily Devotions with Pastor Chris. I am your host, Pastor Chris, and it is a delight and a joy to be with you today on this Monday morning as we have launched headlong into the second week of our fast. I apologize for getting on so late. I'm going to be shorter today because of the late start, but I was having connection issues. So as you can see, I'm mobile today. And I was having to keep moving my truck around until I found a spot that I could broadcast. So apologize for that little delay in the morning. But I want to share with you some thoughts this morning as we're moving into this week. And I want to talk to you about sometimes the naivety that we approach God with, or the empty promises that we offer to the Lord, because sometimes we say things in order to get things, and the Lord needs to answer with a no. You know, so we all have we always say, oh, we need God to answer prayer. Well, God does answer prayer, but sometimes his answer is no, and that no is just a discipline that it keeps you responsible to do what you're supposed to do. On a fairly regular basis, we had this ongoing debate with my son on how late he can stay up at night. And the promises, man, I guarantee you, I will leap out of bed. I will get off to my chores. I'll have a great attitude. You'll have nothing to worry about. And sometimes that works out, but sometimes it doesn't. And so yesterday, after church, my son and I went out to community. We were playing basketball, shooting around. So he had, a couple of hours of just like some heavy energy, watching the Final Four, or not the Final Four, but March Madness on basketball. And we got to the latter part of our evening, and it was time really for him to go to bed. And he really wanted to finish watching a show and just being with us for a few more minutes. And so, yeah, so so the promises started. I will get out of bed. I will have no problem. I'll be quick to bed, quick out of bed, and all those things. And so he stayed up about 45 minutes later than normal. Well, he got up this morning, and he got right out of bed. He promised, got his lunch packed, got his water bottle going, took his medications this morning, did part of what he had to do. And then I asked him how he was doing. He said, I'm going back to bed. And I'm just like, well, did you finish getting ready? And he's, he was half dressed. His backpack, wasn't packed. His hair wasn't brushed. He hadn't eaten breakfast. He hadn't done his morning devotions, and he hadn't walked the dog. And so as a parent, I'm like, okay, I know that you're tired, and I want to grant you this gift of 30 more minutes of rest, but you cannot do that. You've got too much to do this morning. You've got to stay the course. And he did, and he ended up getting everything done, and it all worked out fine. But if you're a parent, you've come across this situation or something similar in your life. Perhaps you've heard these words before. Mom, Dad, can we get a puppy? And if you're smart, your response will be, puppies are a lot of work. They're a lot of trouble. And you would have to walk the dog at least 3 times a day, make sure he's got food. You'd have to bathe him. You have to brush him every day. If he's got fur, you would have to train it, make it learn to go to the bathroom outside. If he ever, poops or pees in the house, it'll be your responsibility to clean it up. And although the above doggy lecture is normal, it's not a doggy deterrent. Most children respond by saying, yes, I will absolutely do that. I promise it'll be my responsibility. I will take care of it. I don't mind doing all that as long as I can have a puppy. And then when you get the puppy, you break down, you buy the thing, and later, guess who's stuck feeding it? Guess who's stuck walking it? Guess who's stuck picking up the poop? And the exacerbated child will say, but I didn't know how much work it was going to be. And so we have these ideas in life that we think are grand ideas. A few more minutes of sleep. If I could only have the puppy, if I could just get the car, if you would just give me that job, if I could just date that person, if I could, and we think if I could just do that, then that would help me so much more. But like good parents, God also is a great parent. And sometimes, a lot of times, he gives us delay in our disciplines. And every now and then he breaks down, and knowing that it's going to cost us. And in chapter 8 of First Samuel, we find the prophet Samuel and a demanding Israelite nation. And they were like a child demanding a puppy of his parents. But instead of a puppy, Israel was demanding a king. They wanted a king. Everybody else had a king. They wanted a king. And God kind of paraphrased. He's like, kings are a lot of trouble. Kings are a lot of work. The kings will take your sons and turn them into soldiers. He'll take your daughters and make them work in his palace and cook and clean for him. He'll take your food, and he'll take your animals as his own. He will treat you badly most of the time, and it'll make you cry out in regret. But the people of Israel kept saying, no, that's not the case. Our puppy will be different. Our situation will be different. We don't care. We don't mind all that as long as we have a king. And Samuel couldn't have made it any more clear that you could not, but they could not see through their own selfish desires. And they couldn't see that there would be a negative result that would come from their begging for this king. The fact is that when you are being completely selfish, no amount of good reasoning will help you to see things any differently. We become blinded by our own desires. And the difficult thing about a heart of selfishness is that it's hard to detect. We think that we're being reasonable. We think that we might even be optimistic, or we're trying to show responsibility, when in reality, we're just blinded by our own wants and our own desires. And so understand, like, as you're going through life, and maybe even in this fast, you may be praying for certain things, and God may be giving you repeatedly warnings and saying, listen, if I give you this, it's going to be a lot of trouble. If I grant you this request, it's going to cost you. And I'm telling you, it's better to go another way. And maybe that's what God's trying to do in your life today. And oh man, you know what? I don't think I ever activated Instagram. I didn't, Russ. I never did. Sorry, guys. Hey there, Instagram family. Well, a lot of people probably jumped onto the other, but anyway, my point in the whole devotion was this. By the way, if you're coming on Instagram, I'm sorry. I had you all set up and I just forgot to hit the live button. My bad. I'm at the end of my devotion, but the basic premise here is in First Samuel, the people wanted a king. And God kept warning them, like, this king is going to cause you problem. If you have a king, it's going to be for you. And the Lord granted them a king anyway, and it did cost them. And in the same way, and I was using the comparison of a puppy, and that a lot of times our kids ask for a dog, and we say, look, the dog's going to be a lot of work, and we say, no, but I want that dog anyway. And even, I'll take care of it. I'll walk it, the kids say, but it's usually the mom and the dad. So listen, as you're going through this fast, maybe you're asking God for things, and God's answer to you is no. or his response to you is, that'll be a lot of trouble on you. And if I grant that to you, it's going to be a lot. And in our own naivety, we think, oh, but if I could just have this. And I want to challenge you to be okay with the no, because God's no may be exactly what you need for your future. So God bless you guys. Well, listen, that was a very choppy, very messed up morning. I apologize for the remote location, the poor signal, not getting on Instagram by accident. I apologize for all that. But I do thank you guys for being on with us today. Lauren Green and Tom Jagoda and Scott Blakeman and Kim Sikowski and Melissa Moore. Scott, I keep looking for you at church, man. I need to talk to you about my cable. And Melissa, good to see you. Narda Allen, Athena Detlefs, Lauren Lopez, Joe Duhamel, Deidre Mitchell, Michelle Rodriguez, Kim Lakowski, Rocco Baldino, Jimmy Gore. Great seeing you at church yesterday, Jimmy. God bless you. Alina Patton, good to have you on today. Scott Dobler, Sherry, Len, Bill. God bless all of you guys. Tara, thank you for being on. Don, God bless you. Welcome today on DDPC. Good to have you on. Gene Hickman on with us. God bless you, Gene. Paula Lavish, good to have you on. Daniel Ozavikas, Renee Galuza, God bless you all. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Cindy Wood, good to have you. Ann McFadden, good to see you on today. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Good to see all of you guys. And so my dad has been on a cruise. You're asking about where my dad's been. He has been on a cruise, Caribbean cruise, he and Peggy. And I keep texting because I'm not sure when they're getting back. But thank you for asking. So I'm sure he will be back on as soon as they're back on the mainland. Let's see. Who else? Mike B on with us. God bless you. Will Evans, God bless you. God bless you. Pack a 20-minute sermon into 5 minutes. That is a miracle. Tanya, I'm so sorry, God. Samantha, God bless you guys. Thank you for being on. CB Fur, Elizabeth Orlando, Krista McAfee, Sarah Carlack, Grace Yemenez. God bless you, all of you. Thank you for being on Instagram. I'm so sorry that I just didn't hit the live button. So sometimes this happens when you're doing a live stream. So I'm the producer, I'm the director, I'm the video editor, I'm the everything. So sometimes I make mistakes. In any case, God bless you all. Thank you guys for being on today. Have a wonderful and blessed Monday. And guess what? I will see you tomorrow. God bless you.